The day no one is talking about, everyone is watching December 12th. Everyone is focused on the portal, the alignment, the surge of energy, the spiritual hype. But what almost no one is paying attention to is what happens after, 24 hours later, when the noise fades, when the excitement settles, when the world moves on as if nothing happened. Something far more decisive unfolds. December 13th is not louder. It is not dramatic. It does not announce itself. And yet, it is the day that determines whether anything actually changes. If this message has reached you, it is not random. Timing is never random when it comes to transformation. There is a reason you are hearing this now. And it has everything to do with what happens after the portal, not during it. Let me ask you something, slowly, honestly. When did the most important shifts in your life actually happen? Not during the peak moment, not during the conversation, the ceremony, the breakthrough, but afterward, in the quiet, in the integration. That is the principle most people never understand. And December 13th is built entirely around it, the law of integration. Real transformation does not occur at the height of intensity. It occurs when intensity settles into structure. The conversation didn't change you. The realization the next day did. The retreat didn't transform you. The way you saw life afterward did. The awakening didn't finalize you. The way you lived once you returned did. Ancient mystery traditions knew this. They rarely spoke about it openly because integration is harder than activation. Anyone can feel energy. Very few can hold it. December 13th is the holding point. It is where everything that was open must either be embodied or lost. This is the difference between temporary spiritual elevation and permanent identity change. The 2-day initiation sequence. The portal is not a single event. It is a sequence. December 12th opens the gateway. December 13th determines whether you step through it. Every initiation in human history followed this structure. The vision did not complete the rite. The return did. The treasure did not finish the journey. The integration did. The symbolic death was never the end. The rebirth was. December 13th is the rebirth day, the re-entry point, the moment where insight must become identity. And this is where most people stop short, the critical 72-hour window. There is a biological and psychological truth most spiritual teachings ignore. After any powerful experience, the nervous system seeks familiarity. Within roughly 72 hours, the mind attempts to restore the old baseline. This is why awakenings fade. This is why breakthroughs dissolve. This is why people feel changed and then aren't. Day 1 is intensity. Day 3 is regression. Day 2 is the decision. December 13th sits directly in that decision point. It is the moment where you are no longer riding energy, but it hasn't disappeared yet. What you choose here determines everything that follows. The real secret, identity, not intention. The key is not manifestation. It is not visualization. It is not hoping for a better future. The key is identity selection. Not the version of you are working toward. Not the version you think you'll become someday. The version that already exists beyond this moment. December 13th creates a brief window where the separation between who you were and who you are becoming is thin enough to step across consciously. But this requires something most people avoid: letting the old self die without negotiation. Why energy alone does nothing. Energy does not change your life by itself. Energy is potential. What determines the outcome is direction. December 12th floods the system with frequency. December 13th asks, what will you do with it? If you do nothing, the energy disperses. If you hesitate, it collapses back into memory. If you fail to choose, the subconscious chooses for you. Transformation is never passive, the internal test no one expects. On December 13th, you will wake up and nothing will look different. Same room, same responsibilities, same external conditions. And your mind will say, "See, nothing changed." This is the test. Can you hold the identity of who you have become, even when reality has not caught up yet? Most people wait for evidence before changing, but reality only rearranges itself after identity stabilizes. You do not become confident because circumstances improve. Circumstances improve because confidence becomes consistent. Frequency over story. Here is something few people are ready to hear. The universe does not care whether you feel authentic. It responds to frequency. There is no energetic difference between pretending and becoming. There is only consistency. If you emit the frequency of certainty, you are certain. If you embody the frequency of abundance, you are abundant. If you sustain the frequency of your highest self, that is who you are. The story about whether it is real comes later. The morning of December 13th. How you begin the day matters. Do not wake up reactive. Do not surrender your awareness to notifications. Do not let other people's agendas define your state. Begin the day in sovereignty. Anchor yourself through silence, movement, prayer, writing, whatever brings you into presence. Then declare who you are now, not what you want, not what you hope. What is? Speak it, write it, feel it. I am identity consistency. Through the day, throughout the day, one question governs everything. Is this choice coming from who I was or who I am now? Old reactions will try to return. Familiar patterns will demand comfort. Pause, breathe, choose again. This will feel uncomfortable. That is not a sign of danger. It is a sign of unfamiliarity. By the end of the day, if you have chosen consistently, something stabilizes. Not excitement, not euphoria, grounded certainty. Closing the day, ritually transformation must be sealed. At the end of December 13th, mark completion intentionally. Light a candle, speak gratitude, acknowledge finality. This is done. This is who I am now. Ritual tells the subconscious and reality that the threshold has been crossed. The final key, embodied action. Here is where everything becomes real. You must take at least one physical action that proves your transformation to yourself. Something your old self would not have done. Something that creates evidence. A conversation, a decision, a boundary, a beginning, an ending. Without action, awakening remains conceptual. Transformation completes only when behavior changes. Why this matters collectively. This is not only personal. Every individual who integrates strengthens the collective field. Every stabilized identity creates a pathway for others. This is how change spreads. Quietly, coherently, irreversibly. December 13th matters because enough individuals choosing consciously can shift an entire trajectory. The commitment from waking to sleep. Live as who you are now, not perfectly, but deliberately. Observe how reality responds. Notice how people engage differently. Feel the internal alignment deepen. December 13th is not the finish line. It is the first page. Vision of the integrated life. Certainty replaces anxiety. Clarity replaces doubt. Alignment replaces effort. Relationships recalibrate. Work reorients. Vitality returns. Not because something external saved you, but because you stopped fragmenting yourself. December 13th is not symbolic. It is declarative. It is the day you stop waiting, the day you stop negotiating, the day you step fully into what you already are. If this message resonates, acknowledge it, not for validation, but for commitment. This is the moment. This is the threshold. And what happens next depends entirely on whether you step through.